Alrighty, betters. Welcome to Double Club Diesels. This is part 3 of... I don't even know why I'm doing parts anymore. We're just going to start calling it normal videos. Just normal videos. We're just drawing it out now. I thought that I would be moving... I mean, I am moving along. But, I am moving along with this axle moving project. If you guys didn't see any of my other episodes before this, short recap, moving axles up on the Brockway to make it into a road tractor. And in order to do that, we've had to, well, just check out all the other videos. You'll see. And there's a little change of plans, and I'll probably get to it in this video. Little change of plans on the axles. We're yanking them all the way out, 100%. I got talking to some people, got thinking with my dome piece, and I decided that it would be probably best if I just pull all the axles right out, split my frame, and get all the crud on top of the frame rails out. Might as well. It's already that far, you know what I mean? You'll know what I'm talking about later in this video, if I get to it. Or, if you watch previous videos, there's just a lot of crust between my frame rails. Anyways, today, what we are doing is drive shaft lengthening. I'm going to show you guys the rigmarole I got going on here. So, obviously, I do not have a lathe big enough to put a drive shaft in. But what I do have is a brain that doesn't want to pay somebody to lengthen my drive shaft because it's expensive. As far as balancing drive shafts go, you don't need it. Anywho, so this is what we got going on. And before I showed anybody, I had to make sure it worked. We have caster wheels tacked to 2x2. 2 of them, right? Little rubber jobbies. They're tacked, clamped to the table. And then we have this chop saw. I think you get what I'm getting at here. And the reason why I made a very cheaply made, not even classified lathe. Oh, and this is my motor here. The old Milwaukee drill gun. Not even getting hot. But the reason why we are doing this and having it rotate, which I will show you, and the only way to turn it on is by taking the battery full torque. Look at that. Going quite smooth. And then you just, you know what I mean? But the reason why we are doing this is because I want an even cut all the way around. And I'm not cutting all the way through. I want an even cut through the weld, because from what I am understanding, there's an insert in here. I could be wrong. I hope that that's what we're gonna find. As far as video semi-truck drive shaft building videos on YouTube, there's not much out there, and that's kind of where I'm getting my knowledge from, because I've never done this. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm really, really hoping that my hunch, in my years of experience of watching YouTube videos, as of last week, watching YouTube videos on how to take apart drive shafts, is that I should cut this off. There should be some sort of sleeve in here that might be pressed in. I don't know, but I want to cut this off through the weld, slide that out. Then here is my drive shaft that came right off of my transmission. This is good side, that is bad side. That's the side in the last video I had to torch out. And so this is the good side, and so we're going to measure from here to whatever length. I'm going to cut it, put insert in, and then weld it. And then I will have a professionally done drive shaft. Professional, because me. But yeah, I'm that cheap. I don't want to send it out. I work for a heavy equipment shop. I'm a mechanic. I don't want to pay another mechanic, even if they know what they're doing and are better at it than I am. I don't want to pay them $150 an hour or $100 an hour to do something that I can do. So we're gonna give it a shot, and if I screw it up, then I will be saving up for a while to get new drive shafts. But let's just hope we don't screw it up. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'll show you guys how this works. So we take the battery, and then there we go, it's splitting now. Oh yeah. Nice! My hunch was right. I dug into right there just a little bit too much. But luckily I was like, hey Dean, maybe I should stop. And man, am I glad I did. Oh, that's awesome. Look at that. My hunch was right. That's good, because now I don't have to buy a new drive shaft. Oh yeah. Oh, pumped. That pays off. Being poor is the best. Because you do things you shouldn't do. You know what I mean? Alrighty. Let's keep going. So now, we have the long part of the drive shaft. I get it all measured out. Use the old tape measure. I measured once and cut twice, I think, right? So we are going to now cut it so that we can put this guy on. I have it all tapered and ready to weld. I just gotta clean it up a little bit, and yeah, it's working pretty good, I think. Got to install battery. Look at that, huh? Automatic Milwaukee power. I think she might be ready to go. You can kind of see dark lines showing up. Not yet. Not yet. Okay. Take this thing off. I mean, who's not impressed with this little Milwaukee drill? I mean, definitely not what it was intended for, but oh, alrighty. Fine, be that way, camera stand. Just a zip tie and that, you know. Get that F. Kind of wobbly. Boom. One more hit. Look at that nicely beveled edge. Who needs a machine shop or a lathe? You know what I mean? Alrighty, so now we got the thing cut. Well, I already showed you that, beveled. I got my lathe mount welded. It's just tacked on there because I am going to be reusing this. I pounded out the old U-joint, the one that I had to cut. Now I'm going to take the torch. I'm going to clean this whole thing, or heat this thing up about like back to here, just so that this can slide in there nice, and I can clock it, because this has to be facing up the same way as that. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then hopefully we'll put it in, and we'll get it nice and straight first shot. This does slide in there kind of nice, but I'd like it to be really free in there so that I can hammer it really far in, and then make sure it's straight and level and all that. Right. Hopefully this goes well. I'm actually kind of nervous about this part, because this is a crucial part. I think that my lathe worked good for cutting everything, but nice and straight. I mean, that's very straight. I just hope that I can get it in there straight and weld it. All right, let's see what happens. I am really hungry and thirsty, so I don't know, I might be wrapping this up pretty soon here for tonight. I'd like to weld it, I might just push it. But anyway, so we got the old indicator jobby out here. I just want to make sure I got this and this as level as, like, it's all by eye, because I don't know, why not, you know what I mean? Oh my gosh, the freaking lights is here. Thank you. Automatic lights. Anywho, so I got this on here. I had to take this over to the press. The press leaks oil, so now I got oil all over the spot that I'm supposed to weld, so I got to heat it again. But I've been hitting it, measuring it, and so I think I got it pretty dang good. It's not. The problem is it walks. It doesn't, it just, there's nothing that holds it on there. So, it's not bad. See, now, it's, if I could get these wheels, well, they're also really worn down. Anyways, I'm happy with it. It's pretty straight. It's pretty dang straight. Puts a couple thousandths anyways when you're doing 1,000 miles an hour in the old Brockway. So we're gonna clean this up. I'm gonna push through. It is very late. I am hungry, but I want to weld this tonight so that it's done. You know what I mean? I just gotta weld it. All right. Alrighty, let's weld this thing. I hope this is right. We gotta put the ground on. Alrighty, we are ready to weld. I hope that's a good enough ground. We're about to find out. That is for sure. The rotisserie style chicken cooked Driveshaft is about to happen. Oh yeah. We definitely need that slower. It's very fast. Dang it! I don't know if I'll be able to get it to go slower. Just gonna have to try and do it by hand. See what happens. We're gonna tag it first. Alrighty. Oh, I got a cramp. Whoa, that's the worst. Alrighty. Oh, my glasses, they fogged up. Oh. So far, so good. I didn't want to stop though. It's a bummer. My ground is being very difficult. Hot. Well, what is your major malfunction, guy? So good. It was doing so good. You piece of... That part did not go as planned, but it's done, so got that going for us. I don't know if I ruined my my dial indicator setup here, but it did work for a little while. It was pretty cool. Wow, I could really use to not be here right now. Get out of here. It actually isn't that bad. Ooh. If it kept rotating around, it honestly would have been perfect. We're gonna touch up a couple spots and we're gonna clean up and get out of here. Pitter patter. Alrighty, pitter patter. So what you guys just watched is the Driveshaft construction video. I had a lot of intentions for this video. I didn't get to them all. So this is gonna be the end to this Driveshaft video. And no, you will not see this truck drive or see me pull out the rear. That's next week's video, and next week we will definitely maybe be driving a truck. I don't know, but pretty much what we're at now is it's gonna be a little bit. It's not gonna be a big project, but we're gonna yank the axles all the way out and clean. I was just gonna throw it back together. But my inner Dean was like, no, Dean, that would be stupid. You're an idiot. So that's where we're at now. Is you guys are gonna watch me weld, or you have just watched me weld my drive shaft. We still don't know if it's gonna hold up, so that's why you gotta keep watching this stuff. I don't know if it's gonna blow up. You hope it's gonna blow up. That'd be cool if the drive shaft blew up. But then I would be like, oh wow, I suck at welding. But anyways, pitter patter, get at her.